Hi heathens, good morning. So I actually had a different video filmed for today. Turns out right now I cannot edit anything. So you get to see full, raw, uncut, slip-ups of the tongue, everything. So I'm gonna implement a new series on my channel. That's gonna be like, it sounds pretty fun. It's gonna be the alphabets of doing makeup. So I'm going to try to occasionally, through my unboxings and stuff, go through each letter of the alphabet until I get to ones that I literally just can't come up with anything. So we're going to start off today with A, and I'm going to use all the products that I feel give the most airbrushed finish. So these are products that look flawless on the skin, don't take a lot of effort, and just overall make the makeup process just go a lot easier. So we're going to start off with eyes, but I do want to prime my face just a little bit, and I'm going to be using the, which you've seen me use before, the Benefit the Professional, the Pearl Primer, because I know how this primer works in general, and I know how it works with the foundation that I'm going to be using. So I just take 2 little dots, and then put that back here, and then I'm going to put 1 dot on each cheek, and then whatever's left will go on forehead, nose, and chin. So excuse me if I have that dry patch back in the middle of my forehead. I've been trying to, exfoliate and cleanse to get it to go away again, but it is back right here. So if the foundation sits a little strange up there, I promise it's not the foundation's fault. It's that darn dry patch that I can't seem to permanently get rid of. So while this sits into my skin, we're going to go into eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using the Tati Beauty Pressed Powder Palette. I don't use this a lot because it was a gift and it's kind of pricey for me, but it's gorgeous. And it's got pressed glitters that I'm actually comfortable using. This is the Textured Neutrals Volume 1. Unfortunately, she has not been doing a lot online, so I'm hoping that Volume 2 is still in the works. But anyway, we're going to go in with the Soothe Matte shade first. And I'm going to take just a big fluffy brush. This is from Alamar Cosmetics. And I'm just going to lay that down everywhere. This eye look isn't going to be too intense. I mean, it's going to have pressed glitter, so kind of intense. But you'll see what I mean. I want to show what the palette is capable of without going like full glam, because I don't want it to clash too much with the lipstick that I originally planned on using. Though, if the lipstick that I planned on using winds up not matching too well, then I have another lipstick by the same brand that's the same formula that'll be fine. That's a nude, but so we have that same thing going on today. If anyone has any advice, let me know. It's where that shadow is not sticking to that corner of my eye. Now we're going to get a slightly more dense brush. I use the Wet n Wild crease brush, and I'm going to go over into the Ritual Matte, which is the dark brown. And we're just going to first pat that along the edges, and then we're going to blend it up into the crease. For some dimension out here. And I am going to be going in, like I said, with one of these glitters. That's the other reason I did my face first. I don't find that there's too much fallout with this palette, but with glitters, you gotta be careful. So, we're being careful. Trying to make sure everything is nice and blended, but still maintaining a very light pressure. Took that one in a little further, so we're going to bring this one in a little further. Alright, so now the pressed glitter that I want to use is actually Story, which originally is like the orange shades. You literally just push your finger against it and you come up with glitter. You don't have to push in, and then you just press onto the eyelid. Do you see this? I remember when I was watching her, you know, like reveal video for this, she was saying something like they were pressed with like, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but something like they were pressed with coconut oil to help keep them together, or suspended in a coconut gel, or something like that. Maybe I'm making that all up. Maybe she was talking about another palette. I don't remember. But again, there's a little bit of fallout. So I'm going to take a wipe, my Medusa's makeup, eye makeup remover. I'm hoping that volume 2 is still in the works. I know she had a lot going on, so, you know, I'm definitely not a big enough influence to like make a difference even if I were to reach out to her and check on her, but I hope that somebody is that's not family, because whether she continues Tati Beauty or not, she deserves to be okay. You know, everyone does. Alright, so okay, I was making sure the makeup remover under my eyes was no longer wet. So we're going to jump straight into foundation before we finish up the eyes. And for this, I'm going to be using the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Linen. When I first got this foundation and tried it, I fell in love. Like, for some reason, ooh, that wasn't pretty. Got it all over the nozzle. For some reason, my very first application of it was not the most promising, but as it sat and warmed up and when I set it, everything kind of like meshed in a little nicer. It didn't come out with a full pump, so I'm adding just a little bit more. There was like some stuck to the top, which is gross, but you know, it happens. So this is what we're looking like pre-foundation. And we're going to just take it, and I do little lines across my face. That's what I do for every single foundation I own. Dots across the forehead, dots on the nose, dots on the chin. Also, I have a little bump right here. It hurts so bad. I kept rolling over in my sleep and like hitting it. I'm gonna cut my light up just a little bit. And it hurts. I don't know what I did to make my skin angry, but this will cover that. Don't worry. I'm going to use my normal foundation brush. This is a BH Cosmetics 3 from, I believe, the Royal Affair set, but I could be wrong. It's just like a flat top brush. So we're just going to go in and start blending this into the skin. And being very meticulous so as not to miss any spots or get it in my eyebrows. Oh, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, I went ahead and did my eyebrows because I feel like in most cases, because I don't do a lot to my eyebrows, when I'm like watching my videos back to edit, me doing my eyebrows is hands down the most boring part. So I didn't want to have to do it on camera. I used the Mellow Cosmetics Brow Definer Pen in chocolate, which is what I've been using the most lately because I love it. And I just love how natural it looks. Like, it doesn't look like I've drawn in my brows. Add a little bit more light to this side as well. So this side is, I don't want to call it studio lighting, it's ring lighting, and this side is natural lighting. Hopefully they even out a little bit, because unfortunately my overhead light in here isn't doing me a whole lot of favor these days. Alright, so here you'll be able to see hopefully what I was talking about, where upon first application it's not always the best because it deposits just the littlest bit heavy on my nose and up the entire center of my face. I don't know why. So what I've done is take a sponge, not damp, just dry, and kind of pat it over those areas, because once you give this one time to set in, it's amazing. And when I first used it, I was afraid I wasn't going to like it because of this, and then just like 10 minutes later everything had started to sink in and it looks so nice. Alright, I'm going to put that wipe away because now it's got foundation on it, and if I'm not careful I will rub foundation all over everything for the next 30 minutes. So now we do want to set it. It does not fully set on its own, so right where I'm going to put highlighter, I want to be able to set it. So I'm going to be using the Ciate London Extraordinary Translucent powder, and it has like a little sifter at the top. I sifted some into my palm. So I'm only going to, oops, like I said, I'm only going to focus on the areas where I'm going to be applying highlighter. For this look, I am not going to be using bronzer, because if I'm trying to look, so like in my brain, this look is like a, hey, we're going out to a nice dinner, get ready. And I'm not going to use bronzer for that, because I am still not comfortable enough and still do not have a bronzer in my collection that makes me feel like it really looks natural yet to want to like go out to eat and possibly take pictures and all that. So we've just set everything down, and even though I'm not putting bronzer or highlighter, you know, down my face, I still set it because I have a bad habit of doing this when I'm sitting. So I don't want to like rub all of it off. Now for highlighter, we have the Ofra and Madison Miller highlighter in Moondance. Any Ofra highlighter works for this. This just happens to be my current favorite because of the color. So I'm going to take a big fluffier brush, get some off, tap off the excess, and then we're going to take that across the high points of the face. This definitely has an icier finish than some of their highlighters. That's why I like it the most, but I can understand why some people would rather have like Rodeo Drive, which is more of a warm rose highlighter. I'm going to take my pinky finger and run this down the tip of my nose. I'm also going to use this for my inner corner on my eyes. But I love the way their highlighters just sit on the skin. Like they just mesh in with everything else going on. I think I have a cat hair in my nose. Ooh. Alright, so we're now going to do lips, and then use some setting spray to set all this down. So the one that I was originally going to go in with is the Bell & Argent Auteur Cream in Smoking on Screen. But I do think I'm going to switch to one of the neutral shades. Do I want this one? There's another one. Yeah, this is the one I want. So this is one of the matte shades from Bell & Argent. And this is in the shade Carefree Paris. I love the packaging too. So it's got the same like undertones, but that one's more of like the red end, whereas this one's more like nude. Get foundation off my lips. So this has like a purple nude gray. I just love the way it looks. It does not bring out any of the dryness that was very clearly there. It just has a very nice look. So for, where is it? Here it is. For setting spray, I'm going to use the Tarte Stay Spray setting spray. We're just going to one spritz down each side. Put that back over here. And then we're going to go in with mascara and finish off the eyes. My nose is just so bad. I'm going to be using the Wander Beauty Mile High Mascara. Typically, I would want to use the Wander Beauty Unlashed, but since I have glitter on my eyes, this one is just the tiniest bit more dramatic, and I feel like it'll stand up to that glitter a little bit better. Sorry, I went to say better and my voice just dropped. And then, oh yeah, so while I'm putting on mascara, like I said, I cannot currently edit videos, and that's because I currently cannot get them onto my computer to be able to edit them. So, really fun. It's something that we're going to be looking into, but for the time being, not something I have capability for. So, full day wear tests on YouTube and like come shopping with me's and stuff like that are gonna be out of the question because I can't piece together the different parts of the day. And like I said, that's what yesterday's was. So if I'm going to continue to do any type of full day wear test in the future, it's going to have to be, for now, a case of I start it here on YouTube and give updates like in the description box, on Instagram, all that fun stuff, until I have another way to film and transfer the files. So you're just gonna have to bear with me. I apologize. Clearly I did not anticipate for that, or I wouldn't have filmed a full day wear test retrying this foundation. It's now lost in limbo, so I'll probably post a thing on Instagram, but this is what this looks like in full natural lighting. Let's let it in a little bit more. So this is, I would say, what my airbrushed night out makeup would look like. So let me know your thoughts down below. Are any of your like go-to flawless products any of the same ones? Are you wanting to try any of these? Let me know. Subscribe to see more of my content, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!